Hello, my name is Cornelius Fudge, and tonight, on Unsolved Mysteries, we will uncover one of America's biggest mysteries. The indigenous population of North America was once an all-powerful and independent community with diverse traditions, cultures, and ways of life. However, today, little to nothing is known about them, with the exception of racist stereotypes and insensitive actions made to mock their culture. Tonight's episode of Unsolved Mysteries, we will uncover what really happened to the Native American population.
Excuse me, sir. What do you know about the indigenous tribes in North America?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Well, I know my girlfriend's going as Pocahontas for Halloween.
Pocahontas? You mean Pocahontas?
Whatever.
You do realize that traditional tribes and tribes now just don't wear that provocative of clothing, right?
Well, they should have. Much hotter.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Excuse me, miss. What do you know about the Native American community?
Don't they, live in teepees and stuff?
Actually, they live in homes on the reservation, just like everyone else.
Oh. Well, I gotta go to the mall, so I really don't care. Thanks, though.
That's right, we're in Federal Indian Law and Policy. In this semester, we've learned about a couple different cases that have really set the standard for how the federal government currently and historically has dealt with the Native Americans. One of the cases we've learned about is Johnson v. McIntosh, the rule of law coming out of it, the doctrine of discovery, that essentially gave the white Catholic explorers of Europe the authority to come and strip Native Americans who originally inhabited this land before they came in, discovered it, and strip them away of all their rights, leaving them with a simple right of occupancy. What does that mean? It means that the Native Americans were kicked off their land, rights stripped away from them.
Another case is Cherokee Nation versus Georgia. In this case, the Supreme Court ruled that the Native nations were a domestic dependent nation. This means that they are pretty much wards of the state and they could not take care of themselves. The federal government took this to mean that the treaties made with the natives did not recognize the native nations as free, but were under complete control of the U.S. government and subject to the federal government's absolute legislative and authority, also known as plenary power.
To really sum up what we're trying to say, the federal government considers Native Americans, indigenous people, insubordinate and unable to take care of themselves, which is why there's a domestic dependent relationship. However, when we look at the historical context of indigenous tribes in North America, we can see that they were completely self-sufficient, independent communities prior to the white conquestors coming to here.
The Christian conquestors thought that they were superior to the native people and then thought that they could take their lands without problem and without hurting people, but that turned out to be wrong.
Native Americans today living in populations some below the poverty line, constantly having their treaties abrogated, rights completely violated. This is the current standard in living conditions of Native Americans today.
Well, that concludes tonight's episode of Unsolved Mysteries. As you had seen by our interviews, racial stereotypes are very prevalent. Unless we uncover the truth for ourselves and blindly accept what the government tries to tell us, racism against indigenous tribes will continue to be prevalent. We must take a stand against cultural ignorance and demand that the truth about the Native American communities is finally revealed. Thank you. Cornelius Fudge signing off for Unsolved Mysteries.